relatively mild when I left Lyme Regis, and then we went through every single season up to the stage where I think my eyelashes were getting frozen.
I mean, I think it is going to be cold. Most of the cars on this rally are going to be open, so I don't know how many of them have done winter rallies.
After a while you can't feel your face anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
It's the first time that the car sees snow since 50 years or so.
In Germany it's 20 degrees Celsius, and here it's snowy and the streets are challenging, but it's really nice to be
Normally
here again.
we have winter tires on, but we've forgotten them today.
This is not what I expected. I thought March in Scotland would already be nice, but yesterday we arrived very late in a snowstorm, so even in the normal car I was feeling like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? But yeah, we'll see.
We've done an awful lot of preparation for this. It seems to have gone on forever, and to be at the sort of point where we're ready to go, it really is a relief. And all I've got to put up with now is the next 3 days of stress to make sure we get to the end with no problem.
You've got a bumper entry, we've got snow, we've got quite severe conditions, so what lies ahead for the competitors?
Well, we've got something for everybody. You know, we've got some lovely open moorland roads, we've got some sort of roads alongside rivers, you know, going over the top of Carno Mount, which is going to be stunning no matter what the weather is, you know, so I think everyone's going to really enjoy themselves.
This is a 1936 Ford Type 35, and we bought it 3 years ago to do the Flying Scotsman, and this is the first one that's been held since we've had it. But it's an adventure, so we're looking forward to it.
Have you come a long way?
A long way, yes. We come from Prague.
Are you happy with the snow?
Yes, it's okay for driving. Very good.
Yeah.
No problem.
What do you think, hood up, hood down?
Up.
Up?
No, down. Naturally.
Down.
Down. As long as it doesn't rain all day long, down.
It looks like summer came last weekend and departed this week, and winter's returned just to remind us what Mother Nature can do. Well, we've had 4 seasons in one day today. We've had snow, we've had sleet, we've had hail, we've had rain, we've had sunshine.
Dan, running behind the Flying Scotsman, what are you aiming to achieve?
Really, just get miles on the car, get used to it, how it handles on the roads. I mean, to try it in different conditions, uphill, down dale. Like any car, when you prepared it the first time, you've got to shake it, and the shakedown is to see whether anything shakes off.
How's the morning been so far?
Cold. Yeah, good. Grumpy navigator, but that's part of the course, isn't it? Actually, can I retract that? He's a very nice navigator, but he sometimes gets grumpy.
How's the car going?
This morning was very cold, was not starting very well, so I was only driving on 5 cylinders and I'm still doing not very well, so we have to look after.
Now we have some difficulties yesterday, but it seems that they are solved, so I've up to today no problems.
Case is doing all right with the navigation so far?
Yes, he's fantastic.
Normally we are competing with each other.
Oh, okay.
Now he asked me to be a navigator.
Wow.
And but we match really good, eh?
Yeah, we do quite well.
Absolutely brilliant. What an experience. Nobody told me it was going to be like this. It's made it oil, but in some ways it's made the event.
Paul's driving very well. Big beast to handle as these all are. But, yeah, good fun.
It's going very well. When we arrived last night there was snow falling. I was still like, oh my goodness, how are we going to deal with this? But actually this morning it's been fine. There was snow on the car, but it was chilly. But with the right kit on, I'm not getting too cold.
Family affair again, isn't it? Your son's out.
It is. So Theo and James are in the chain drive car. They've had quite a tough morning, I think.
Okay.
So it's not going to be plain sailing to the podium this time.
Splendid roads. We've had a beautiful run up. Been nice to get the hood down and get a bit of wind flowing through. Well, not much air, but what's left up there.
May I compliment you on your outfit? Your de rigueur. It's like tremendous.
Thank you.
And you have the cigar cranked up as well.
You have to enjoy life a little bit.
It's been okay. We've been a bit slack here and there, I've got to say. Not our best morning, but we're in with the shout, we're in the fight, so yeah, we're doing okay.
Is it tricky navigation or?
No, navigation was relatively straightforward, but just some early nerves and little mistakes, but nothing we can't correct.
Really nice morning, lovely sunshine and great route, fantastic route I thought. Particularly earlier on in the day.
Getting up this morning, there was a light dusting of snow across the entire car, and actually probably the biggest issue was that the snow that was around the headlights, after about 20 minutes, started melting, and of course it was hitting you in the face as you were driving along.
Sort of 40, 45 minutes
45 minutes
to warm it up.
And it was also dropping off the trees as well and hitting you in the face, which was very unpleasant, but there we are. But no, cars worked really well today, and so yeah, we're very happy actually.
Look in the cockpit of little George, and where Marcus's feet are currently.
So where my feet are, the faster that we go, the more oil comes out. My route book was absolutely splattered with oil all over the place.
He's got very well lubricated feet.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so the feet are sliding all over the place. But you know, that's all part of the charm of the car, really.
So, what do you prefer, the classic stuff or the vintage stuff?
Oh, there's a question. Well, first thing this morning when I couldn't feel my hands, I definitely preferred the classic stuff. But you know, once we get into the bar and have a few beers and you think back on it, the vintage stuff is just really different and a bigger challenge really than the classics. I think we're about 10 seconds behind William and Andy at lunchtime. They've got a very quick car, so we're dropping a bit of time on the test to them. John and I work together pretty well as a team. We've done a few rallies together. It's just with these old girls, getting them around some of the tighter corners is a bit of a challenge. But we coped pretty well today, I think, and we'll be happy with anywhere around top 10ish. That's kind of what we're aiming for.
From your armchair view at the back of the Flying Scotsman, how do you think it's all going?
When I see smiling people, things are going in the right direction, which is an important thing. Really competitive test. I enjoyed watching first Metcalf bomb around in his Bentley on the little test, the auto test. I think he did 1:21, which was at the time the fastest. And then Jonathan Turner came with the Dolomite, so obviously a 2-litre supercharged 8-cylinder derivation of the Alpha 8C engine, and he wiped him out with a 1:16, and that was pretty cool stuff.
A very successful first day on Flying Scotsman. Are you happy?
I always believe that you can't win a rally, you can only lose them. So it's just about making the smallest mistakes possible, and we got lucky yesterday, a few close moments, but yeah, just damage limitation.
Yeah, I never realised how much challenge it was going to be not having a windscreen. It just makes everything 10 times harder, but so much more fun.
Yesterday at lunchtime, 20 seconds covered top 8 or 10 cars, and this is always a fiercely competitive event. It can all go wrong, as well we know 4 years ago it all went wrong for us, so yeah, it's anybody's game.
Looking at the top 10, you're in there, you're fighting, but my God, it's tight.
It is going to be tight. William's doing particularly well, and Theo and Paul are doing really well, so yeah, we'll see what happens. It's going to be fun.
It looks very, very close in that top 10, so you can still get back on the podium.
Yeah, and the sort of first two are a little bit out of reach, but I reckon if we chip away at them, if we sort of 1-2 seconds in every speed test and then get closer to their regularity times, and hopefully by the end of the day we'll be a bit closer, and then they'll be crumbling and getting really nervous because they can see us coming, and then yeah, and then we'll get them in the last day.
So what's the plan for day 2?
Just the same as yesterday, keep it steady. We were quite quick on a couple of tests. We haven't got the legs for, you know, you've got people in 6.5 litre Bentleys, we haven't got the legs for that, but we'll give it a go. And as Pete said, we won a point to point last week, we're now in the Grand National, so we've got to do it in a slightly different way. There's a huge amount to play for, and you know, this morning's going to be a really interesting one.
It's been a good challenge for all crews, I guess is a good way of putting it. You know, take a few seconds out of the top crews, but not so hard that, you know, hopefully too many people are getting lost. So it's been a good challenge that Anto's set so far.
There's a certain gentleman who has the same surname as you. Your father, I believe, he's ahead of you.
He is, yeah. It's the first time he's ever been ahead of us, and yeah, I'm not quite sure how to act. I don't know whether we should let him past or let him sort of, yeah. I think personally, I think we should take him down and not let him beat us. So yeah, we'll see how the day goes.
Good thing going that we just have a great time and laugh, and it seems to be doing well so far, so we'll keep going.
Beautiful forest. We spent a lot of time in that forest. Probably about an hour.
Right. So do you want to start from the beginning? We heard that you'd broken something.
We're waiting for a very nice man to come and weld us up again.
Yeah.
We seem to have broken the diff, not 100% sure which bit, but we have no drive, it's just clonking, so unfortunately we've got to retire. Real shame.
The roads that we're driving, I probably would never go down other than being on the rallies, so it's so nice to see lots of different places in ways that you never usually would.
This is just a step up from any of the rallies we've done in the past. It's pretty intense, but it's such fun. Livy has been saying all the way along, I just love this. I want to do this again and again.
The ERA format's slightly different to the hero things we've done in the past.
We reckon he's going to be the youngest competitor ever on the Flying Scotsman. So how do you feel about that?
That's great. I feel like we're doing quite well, so I'm happy about that.
We had some good tests. We had a lot of fun around the time control section this morning. And John's starting to get the hang of the car again after 3 years out of it, so it's been good.
William Metcalf, is he catchable?
I don't think he is. He's got a supremely strong and quick and agile Bentley. And obviously he's a fantastic driver, and he's got one of the best navigators out there. So we're not even going to aim at him. We're just going to do what we do, try not to get lost.
Challenging event. The route is fantastic. The weather.
You haven't had to pull the brolly out of the side of the Bentley.
Only once so
Just
far.
the once.
But it's a whole day tomorrow.
We're getting hunted, I think is the best way of putting it at the moment. Bob's been having a really great day on the regularities in with Martin, so long may it continue and we'll have a good battle tomorrow.
The test in the morning was pretty difficult. It was pretty hard to get on time. So we were flat out for about 5 minutes, or actually 8 minutes, and
9 minutes, I think.
9 minutes. It was a long time. It was a long time, and it was pretty hard on the car. It basically, when you're rallying, all these chains are slowly stretching every time you change gear, every time you put your foot on the throttle. Yeah. So this just gets baggier and baggier each day, but that's acceptable. And if it's really baggy, what happens when you change gear is loads of slack gets taken up by the power, and they just snap.
So it's a new chain, so it's stretching over time. So after about 250 miles, we tighten it up a little bit. This is a daily 45-minute maintenance at the end of a rally day.
At the end of the day, I have to take all the floors out, check every single bolt on the car, make sure nothing's falling off, because they really do shake themselves to bits on these roads. And then, yeah, kind of hope and pray that everything sticks together for tomorrow.
Last day, hopefully the sun will keep shining and we'll make it to Glen Eagles.
I haven't done that one because that one's fine.
Are you ready, Mr. Bully?
Let's go!
Here we are, the final day of
Yes.
Flying Scotsman
Yes.
2022. How have you found the roads and the route?
This morning was just spectacular. Cold, in fact freezing, but brilliant. Nothing on the road.
And how have you been doing in the actual rally with the results?
First day we were 7th and not far off the top. Second morning we dropped down to 24th, I think, but yesterday we climbed back up to 9th. So we're doing all right.
Oh no, back into top 10, that's
Yeah,
good.
that was our goal that was our third day goal, to get back in the top 10.
We've had a bit of a wake up this morning. The last morning's a bit more challenging. Up until then we've been going reasonably well, but
what happened this morning then?
Just a couple of little overshoots.
My first pre-war rally, and we enjoyed it a lot.
This is my first Flying Scotsman. It is, and my first experience as a navigator. So I'm a novice par excellence, but I think I've done not too badly.
So what is the reputation of the Flying Scotsman in Germany?
I mean, first of all, it's pre-war. We don't have so many pre-war cars in Germany. It's a very high standard. I think a lot of people would say it's a bit too challenging. So very competitive, but it's sort of top level.
These cars, I mean, for a young lad, these cars, these roads, stunning. And you're not going at hundreds of miles an hour, you're just doing nice speeds that are comfortable for the car on the road.
Felt stretched this morning, didn't we? A bit challenged.
It's
But yeah, scrappy morning, and then we pulled it back this afternoon, I think. So
Matching jumpers as well. How about that for teamwork?
Motorcycle racing.
Hey, proper motorcycle jackets, these.
Motorcycle jacket, I was going to say, look like a Belgian cycling thing. Every time the Talbot's gone past us, it sounded great. Any problems at all?
None at all, no. I have to say it's been utterly and totally reliable this time, I'm pleased to say, and long may it continue, at least for another couple of hours. Actually no, another couple of days, we're going to get home.
William, what about that? Flying Scotsman winner.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Pullin. It's all in the nav. I just do as I'm told.
William's third win, actually, and my first. And it's been a great, challenging event with really tight competition throughout, right up until this last lunch. We just managed to eke out the lead a little bit with William's great driving. So it's been a great competition throughout.
We had a bit of a mess up this afternoon. The first one of the entire event, and it had to happen with the end in sight. But we think we managed to claw back from the teeth of disaster.
It's been a roller coaster. We've had penalties here, there, left, right, centre, but I think we kind of managed to claw it back today, hold our position, not make any major mistakes, and hopefully we've clinched the podium place.
Scotland has been beautiful. Just a shame we got a bit of rain at the finish, but yeah, all the crews coming in have loved the routes, loved the work that's done by the team, so we're really happy.
We've had a real good marshal team on the event, and Graham Parkinson, Chief Marshal, and him and Sue have worked tirelessly to get the right people in the right place at the right time, and it really is a good example of teamwork and team effort to deliver something like this. And as I say, everybody's enjoying it, and that's what it's all about, really.
Daddy's done brilliantly.
He has done brilliantly. I'm extremely proud of him. It was a massive effort. It's sort of jumping in at the deep end, so that was fabulous.
It's been an epic adventure, and we did it a couple of years ago and we failed because the engine blew up, and so this is very much unfinished business, and I'll drink to that.
It is without doubt the premier pre-war car event to do, so it's the big one. The only pressure you put on is what you put on yourself. Just enjoy it, and that's what we've done. It's been fantastic.